start my day around 6 a.m. with a coffee in hand and a morning walk to the lake. It's my me time before starting workday. I walk about 3.5 miles each morning and get my steps in. It clears my head and gets me moving. Morning. During the morning walk, I also spend time on my phone trying to figure out stuff I need to do. So my assistant, who is actually based in Europe, she works when I'm sleeping. So in the morning, I typically wake up to like some messages from her in terms of like my to-do list for like content creation stuff. There are two contracts that we're currently reviewing. So yesterday I asked her to review those contracts. So she just sent me the details of both of them, and I mean like a high level summary, and I'm gonna review it and tell her like if we're gonna sign or if we want the brand to make some changes. I have been working in big tech for about 11 years and I've got my routine down to the T. But in this vlog, you are going to see that my day doesn't go as planned, and that's the reality. And I wanted to keep it raw for all of you. So I hope you find my today's vlog. After my walk, I head home. I check on the kids if they're up and getting ready for school and work. I get ready and leave for work. My commute is about 30 minutes in traffic. Yeah, it has gotten worse over the years. It used to be about 15 minutes, and I live the same place, same office. I've been at Google for about 6 years, well, actually 5.5 years, and I'm going to hit 6 years in December. After I get to the office, my first stop, obviously, you can take a guess. I get a coffee cup. This is my go to drink. I typically go for Americano with a dash of steamed almond milk. I love, 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 love coffee. My day cannot start if I don't have coffee. So this was my second cup. After I get my coffee, then I go to my desk and settle in and check my calendar and emails and get into the focus mode. My schedule typically shifts throughout the week. Mondays and Fridays are quieter work from home days, but Tuesdays through Thursdays tend to be meeting marathon. Luckily, I blocked my calendar off today. Today is Thursday, in case you're wondering, to focus on hands-on work. So it's going to be lighter one in terms of the meeting, but it's going to be a lot heavy in terms of the time on screen and doing a lot of thinking and exploratory analysis that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. I do want to mention that one thing I love about Google and how calendars are public. Like I can see my coworkers' calendar and I can see what is on their calendar, and similarly they can see what's on my calendar. So like when I put focus time, they know that I'm going to be doing something more hands-on, and I shouldn't, like, they try not to book time over focus time. And that wasn't the case when I was at Amazon. Calendars were private. I mean, you could see there is a busy time, but I couldn't tell what exactly the meeting is about. Can you get back to me? Okay, this is gonna sound so weird, but I have this weird habit where when I type, I talk. Honestly, I don't know how other people see it, but I can just imagine that my desk mates find it annoying. Like, are there any other weird people like me who talk when they type? Like literally, I'm not talking loud, but I'll like say the words as I typing them. For example, I'm writing, "Hi, Chad. I hope you're doing well." Like, I don't know. Am I weird? Am I weird? Tell me, am I weird? Please tell me there are more weird people out there and I'm not the only weirdo who talks when she types. So a TLDR of the project that I'm working on today. So we use geo-based experiments for some of the case studies that we're trying to basically measure. I have been doing a lot of DMA level testing. So within a country, you have state, you have city, you have counties, you have postal code. And then in US, you have also something called DMA. So DMA is below state but above city and county. And DMAs can be really expensive because it's a larger area, and if you're running an experiment, you need a lot more budget. So I'm trying to explore if there are other ways, like smaller testing units, such as like, can we use postal code? Can we do cities? Can we do counties? And I'm reading some papers to kind of like get myself up to speed on some trade-offs with each option, but I'm also looking at the actual data and trying to figure out what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. Anyways, this was a lot of nerdy stuff talking about data science and experimentation. If there's one area that I love, love, love in the data science space, it's definitely experimentation. I didn't do a lot of geo-based experiments before I joined this role, but in this role, I'm getting to do a lot of it, and it's been a good learning experience. As you know, learning never stops. and you are learning literally every day. So today I'm learning about what are the trade-offs if we switch from DMA to city or zip code. The morning I spent a few hours doing exploratory analysis and basically comparing coverage, overlap, and feasibility of different geo units. On top of reading research papers, I can also set up time with experts in the space like data scientists at Google who have deep experience in experimentation. Finding those people used to take hours of searching through LinkedIn or referrals, but not anymore. I have been using Lessie AI, which is world's first people search AI agent, and is also sponsoring this portion of the video. Instead of digging through endless profiles, I just type in exactly what I need, and Lessie delivers ready to connect results in seconds. For example, I can ask, find me data scientists at Google who have worked on ads experimentation and published papers in the last 2 years. Lessie instantly gives me verified rank profiles that I can reach out to. What makes it powerful is that it's built for scale. Lessie adapts to long-tail searches, automatically matches and verifies the best fit people, and even learns from my feedback so results keep getting sharper. Whether I'm looking for one collaborator or running searches across entire teams, it saves me hours. You can be among the first few people to try Lessie AI. Check out the link in description below and a code to get a free trial. And by noon, I was ready for a break because a lot of this work takes brain power and taking breaks is important. And good timing because it was lunch time, and lunch is literally my favorite time, followed by the gym time. So lunch at Google is really, really awesome. It's easily one of my favorite perks. It's fresh, it's healthy, and it changes every day. In case you follow me on Instagram, you would already know that I am big into fitness and I love eating healthy. So if you don't follow me there, definitely this is your sign to follow me there. All right, after lunch, I grabbed myself coffee, iced coffee this time, and it's decaf. I'm trying to limit myself to 2 cup. This is my third one, but it's decaf. So does it really count? I don't know. You tell me. Let me know in comments. Does decaf coffee is actually decaf? So after getting my coffee, I went back to my desk and I spent the afternoon writing up a 2-pager summarizing the geo-experiment findings and pro and cons and trade-offs and a few recommendations. It will help guide our team in terms of next steps, and I'll schedule a meeting where we'll read that paper and kind of like discuss what are our options and what makes sense. I also love writing documents. There is something about putting analysis into words that makes it all click, and it makes it also like makes you think of things that you wouldn't have thought otherwise. If you are into data or data analysis or data science, let me know what's your preferred communication style at work. Do you like slides, doc, dashboards, or all of them? If you ask me to do dashboard and slides, I will be really, really sad. Just ask me to do docs. I'll be happily ever after. And comment your preference and let me know what works best for you. Okay, what do you want? Tell me. I can bring you some snacks if you want it. What do you have any special request? Protein bar? Okay, well, I'll see if they have protein bar. If they don't, then I'll just bring myself. Did you throw out the trash? Well, the kitchen was so messy this morning. Fine, I'll bring you snacks. Oh, mira with you. Okay. Sounds good, Cookie. I love you. Okay, that was my son calling. It's currently 3 p.m. Basically, he's at home today, getting bored, and they're spoiled because I bring them snacks from work. Not every day. Sometimes I do bring them snacks. And he was just calling me right now to make sure that I don't forget the snacks because he's really bored at home and he did all his chores. He threw out the trash, cleaned the kitchen. I'm going to make sure I take at least one snack for him. So we'll do that before we leave office. But one thing I wanted to talk about is everybody's now talking about like using AI at work. Yes, I do use AI at work, but honestly, I use it because I know how to use it. Not everybody knows how to use it. Let's say I was out of office last week and I came back to office. I had like 600 emails in my inbox and I could have spent hours reading through all those emails. But what I was actually doing is that there were like long threads where people were talking to each other and I had to catch up. So I just asked Gemini, can you summarize this for me? And I did that on many long threads that I needed to catch up on because then I need to go into a meeting where they're discussing all of that. I need to catch up so I can contribute. So I used Gemini and man, It was amazing. I was able to kind of like save so much time. In the afternoon, I also had a meeting. This was a one-on-one with one of my coworkers. So we talked about and caught up on the ongoing project we're working on and some non-work stuff. So it was a good way to kind of like connect with my coworker one-on-one. I personally love one-on-one. It's a great way to connect with your coworkers. After wrapping up work, I headed home, and that's when my second shift started.
Is there a bar?
No, they didn't have protein bar.
You
Is
can
this
take
good?
one.
No, I don't want it. No junk for me.
We'll just take this one.
Okay.
You need the other one.
After my 9 to 5 comes 5 to 9, and you're going to learn more about it in a little bit. Evenings is when I check in on my social media team. Some days I'm writing scripts, other days I'm reviewing brand, creator briefs. On this day, I had to schedule a YouTube video that was going live for a brand partnership. After doing some content creation work, I had to do some mom duties. I had to drop off my son at his cross country practice. Bye, son. I just dropped off my son at his cross country practice, and I've asked my husband to like pick up food on his way home because I don't think I'm gonna have time to cook. He's not gonna have any time to cook either because he's just coming home. It's like 7 p.m. It's already too late. And out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, like, I don't know if all of you noticed when I was working earlier in the day, like I did not drink any water. Like nowhere in the video I'm drinking any water, and that is true. I actually forgot to drink water today. I got a cup of coffee, and that's literally what I sipped on all day, and that doesn't count as water. And because of that, I am starting to get a migraine, and migraines for me are like horrendous. Like I end up in an ER. So I could have easily taken this part out of the video, but I wanted to show you like the real consequences. And just keep it realistic. Like things are not always like glamorous and fun and free food and like commute and all that. Like it does get a little not glamorous sometimes. I just took the migraine medicine, so hopefully this will work. So that was a super realistic day in my life, working in data science at Google, juggling tech, experiments, content, kids, everything, you name it. It's not perfect or balanced all the time. Over the years, I've figured out a rhythm and a routine that works for me, but it gets me going. And I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, let me know what part you actually enjoyed. Do you like these realistic POVs? If you do, let me know in comments as well, and let me know what was your favorite part from the vlog today, and let me know if you want me to do more of these, and if there's like any specific video topic, vlog topics you want to request. I definitely want to create what you all want to watch. So with that, I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed today, and I hope you're having a great day, and I'm gonna go home and drink some water. I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.